Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, it's Sunday night in Australia, and San Diego Comic Con is sort of winding down in America, I think, or they're just sort of into the Sunday. And we finally got the reveals of all the new Master Universe figures. And I'm kind of surprised. I mean, not totally surprised. We kind of had an indication they were going to go with Filmation designs. And part of me is excited that the line isn't over, but part of me is kind of annoyed because I was kind of relieved when I thought it was, because they were just down to like the repaints and the deep dives, and I sort of felt like they were winding down, they were done, and I kind of feel like, okay, the collection's done, I've got all the ones they're going to do that I want, but now they're going down the Filmation route, and yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Now they also did the regular Origin reveals. They're doing a Cyclone and a Rock-On, which sort of is new. No one sort of saw them coming, I don't think. And they sort of, showed Fangor and Lady Sliver and Moss Man, and they showed Night Stalker, who's got a helmet, but he doesn't have grey, so he doesn't have silver parts. He's just got sort of yellow parts, which doesn't really work for me. And he's got the stickers, and I'm like, part of the reason why the vehicles didn't work for me, I didn't buy them, and I think they weren't very successful and didn't sell well, and they didn't do a lot of them, is because they didn't add anything to them. I thought they'd have like molded panels and things like that instead of the stickers, but they just did stickers again. And I think whereas the figures had the articulation, the vehicles, they didn't really add much to them. So I'm kind of surprised in a way, although, Night Stalker actually does have articulation. You can bend the legs and all that, which the original didn't have. So it's got something. That's probably why the other one, Stridor, did well, I think. Well enough that they did Night Stalker. So not sure how I feel about all of them. Now, so far as the 80s stuff, like I just bought all these from Super 7 a little while ago, and that's what started off me collecting again. I really loved the Filmation versions that Super 7 did, and I bought all of them, except for like the Crystal Man-at-Arms and the Gold He-Man and the Frozen Tila. Those ones I didn't go down those roads, or the Robot He-Man. But I got all the other ones. I got also got Skeletor and Trapjaw, Buzz-Off, what's his name? Stratos. So part of me is excited that they're going down this route because there's characters that I wanted that we didn't get. Like we got She-Ra, but I wanted Adora, I wanted the Red Catra, I wanted Scorpia. And are we going to get these characters now? Because I'm excited about that. But part of me is like, well, do I buy all the characters again? Do I have that whole collection? I don't know if I want to buy all these characters again. I've got the original, I've got the Super 7, I've got the Origins. It's like, do I need a fourth one? But there are some differences. Something I didn't notice that wasn't accurate with Super 7s is He-Man, they all have the like rivets on the belt. And the new ones, they're plain like the bracelets, which don't have the rivets. So that's something I now notice, and it irks me, and I'm like, well, do I buy it just for that? Because these ones were very good, that they sort of had the minimal detail in some ways, but they tried to give the characters, the toys, a lot of detail, so they, still look like real figures. Because the problem with the Origins Filmation figures is because they seem to stick more accurately to the actual Filmation designs, they have a lack of detail, and in person they look kind of weird, kind of Play-Doh-y and plasticky, where they sort of don't have enough detail. And they did this with some of the Transformers figures, and I sort of am not buying them. I'm getting the Masterpiece and the Studio Series because they have that sort of basic style that the cartoon ones do. They're sort of accurate to that, but they also have additional details, so they don't have that plain flat sort of look that some of the cartoon versions do. Because the reason why the cartoon ones are more simple is because they are supposed to be easier for the animators to draw, but you kind of want the figures to have more detail. But to have that extra detail but still keep to that sort of simplistic look is very, very tricky. I felt like Super 7 did a good job of that, and I'm not sure if the Origins ones are quite getting it, because Teela's face looked kind of off, and He-Man's hair looked kind of off, because you can have the basic cut that fits the Filmation style, but you can have the detail of the actual hair detail, so it looks like hair instead of just this helmet he's wearing. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure if I'm going down that route. Part of me is excited, part of me is annoyed, because it's like, I thought we were done. I was kind of relieved, but I was kind of disappointed that the journey was over, and now we've got this new sort of Filmation line to go down. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm just going to get the figures that they didn't do from Filmation, because I didn't get all the origin figures, because some of them I felt like they added nothing, like Clawful. I'm just like, why? It's exactly the same, except for the smile on his face being slightly different. It's exactly the same as the toy I've got. He didn't add anything, he didn't give me anything extra, whereas some of the other figures, they gave something extra, something different, and not just the mini comic versions, which are very different. Some of the other ones just had extra features and things that I wanted to see. And I pretty much got them all now. There's really just, I kind of forgot about Hordak somehow, and there's really just like Samurai and where his name is, just one or two that I was going to get, and I sort of felt like I was done, and now I'm not. So I'm not sure where I'm going. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of these figures. Are you going to go down the Filmation route? The packaging's cute. They've used some of the Filmation art and the Filmation collection in the title. It all looks very interesting.